shoulders are stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And with those things that Mags, what we call it, shoulder flossing. That's what it is, shoulder flossing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite.
Hello.
Hi, Max.
Hey, how are you?
Fine.
Ha!
Yes, I'm here. How's the new job, Nelly?
It's good. It's good. It was a bit of a crazy couple of weeks, but I'm settled now, so I'll be back on the Thursdays.
Good, I'm glad. Oh, how are you finding it, the job itself?
The job is good. The commute is an adjustment. I'm sure I'll get used to it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a
And,
long drive.
in no time you'll be actually living there, so it's just a transition, isn't it?
Where's this job of yours?
I've got a new job in Cambridge.
Oh, yeah. That is far.
A little
So
bit.
I drive up there on a Monday morning and I stay there until Wednesday, and I come back to Portsmouth Wednesday evening, and then I'm here Wednesday to Sunday.
That's nice.
Yes,
Well,
it's not too tragic.
Excellent.
no. Yeah. I'm sorry, Max. I got confused. My son had an eye operation on Saturday.
Oh,
Both eyes. Anyway, for a condition, it was done under local privately.
mm-hmm.
So I thought I had booked, but I had.
That's
But
fine.
I'm taking him back to Maidenhead tomorrow, so I'm all over the place this week.
No problem. How is he feeling? Is he okay?
Yes. He went for a checkup today, and both eyes have healed very well.
Fantastic. Yeah, they do heal quite quickly. It's just a bit of a shock, isn't it? Oh, so I'm glad.
If you know about the cornea, his cornea was conical rather than spherical.
Mm.
They sort of strip off the epithelium, it seems. They put
vitamin
B2 drops and they pass laser. It's very painful after the operation. It's intense burning.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. But then next day it was fine, and he's fine now. So thank goodness for that.
Excellent. Good to hear. All right, shall we begin?
Yes.
So find a comfortable, ideally seated position. We'll move straight into pranayama. I will mute you for now and then ask to unmute you if you want to share the chant Om with me later on. That's all done. So close your eyes and begin tuning your attention inwards. So stepping away from all that's happened today, this week, you've got planned, just simply bringing ourselves back into the present moment, back into how the physical body is feeling right now, not how we wish it were or how we want to feel. Just simply dropping your awareness to what's happening right here, right now. So notice if your body's feeling relaxed, tired, fatigued, energized, whatever it is. Even without naming it, try to feel the energetic vibe throughout your body. Notice your breath. Just simply allowing it to flow in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Feel the changing sensations. So the temperature of the air as you breathe in compared to the warmth of the air as you breathe it out. And check in with your headspace. What's your mood like today? How are you feeling? So whatever it is, allow yourself to be exactly that. Feel exactly what there is to feel. Just moving from one breath to another. letting the breath go, letting the thoughts go, releasing sensations. It's all changing all the time. We're simply slowing down to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. So there's a part of you that's aware of who you are, what you do, what you look like, what what you dislike. And that's the part that's changing, that's the part that's malleable. But there's another part of you that loves you deeply, that knows that you are deeply loved, that is eternal, that no time, no space can change it. And knowing that there is a part of you in your heart space that you can always access, that you always feel loved, that you're always kind, that there's always something to be grateful for, can lighten up a day which hasn't been perhaps fruitful or good in general. So allow your awareness to drop into that heart space, the space of unconditional love. So for yourself, for others, where full acceptance of your body and you as a person resides. And repeat quietly in your head today's mantra, I live with an open heart. So this week's practice is the closing part of the heart opening theme of this month. I live with an open heart. How does it make you feel? It's all valid. Has your heart been feeling quite open recently? Or does it feel closed off? So through backbending, we try to shed the protective layers that we have covered our hearts with, so in a protective way, but doing so we also take away the possibilities to experience joy, self-compassion, gratitude. So it may feel challenging to open your heart because you expose yourself. It may make you feel vulnerable, but living courageously means that you're willing to take that risk to experience joy, even if that means you might get rejected. To bring one hand to your chest and then cover it with the other one and tune into your heartbeat. Repeat, I live with an open heart. As a decision, as a choice, as a manifestation. And let it guide you through the practice. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. And you can relax your arms down. Feel free to switch the cross of the legs. We move into Nadi Shodhana, the alternate nostril breathing. You know exactly what to do. Index and middle fingers together between your eyebrows. And we're using the ring finger and the thumb to close off the respective nostril. So first breathe in through both nostrils. And slowly exhale through the nose. I'm going to do 3 rounds together. So inhale through the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. In left. Out right. So continue following your own breath. We're going to do it for the next 3 to 5 minutes. If your arm gets tired, support it, the elbow with the other hand, so you can just rest on it. See if you can lengthen both parts of the breath. And if you feel comfortable, you can retain the breath after the inhalation and then sustain it after the exhalation. So this way we're adding kumbhaka, the breath retention, to the practice. So as you breathe, keep your awareness wide. So your main focus is the breath, but then see if you can hold your body in awareness as well. So how the weight is positioned on the mat, how it's placed, what's happening in the shoulders. Try to keep the body as soft as you can. Next time you breathe out through the left nostril, release your arms, breathe naturally, sit up tall and breathe the potential length into your spine. So you're reaching up through the crown of the head, the shoulders are relaxed. Begin to tone your abdominals as you breathe out, so you can lift up from the hips. Observe the effects of this pranayama. And keeping your eyes closed or open, whatever you prefer, bring one ear towards the same shoulder. Continue focusing on your breath. You can extend the arm out, so press the fingertips down, or bring the arm whatever it feels good. Spending a few moments breathing into the side of the neck, the top of the shoulder. connecting with how the body is really feeling. As you inhale, gently bring yourself back to the center, and then bring the other ear towards the shoulder. Lengthen through the arm, or stay as you are. Inhale back to the center, and then drop your chin towards your chest. You can press it strongly to lengthen through the back of the neck. Shoulders are relaxed. And you push the chest into the chin as well. Inhale to the center, and then bring the chin all the way up. So you find a stretch through the throat. So try not to tilt the head too far back. Can gently slide your jaw from side to side to release any tension accumulated there. And then begin to roll your head 3 times one way. And then switch direction. Come back to the center. Extend your arms out into a T shape. Keep reaching the fingertips away from you. Gonna draw little circles with the hands. So immobilizing the shoulder joint. You can start making the circles bigger. Keep your core engaged. Spine is long. Even bigger. Just feel what's happening in the arms, in the shoulders, and then make the circle smaller, and then super tiny. Then release. Just give your shoulders a little shake, re-extend the arms, and then switch directions. So we're starting super small. Keep engagement through the arms, make the circles bigger. Stable core. Circles even bigger, and then smaller again, really tiny, and then release. So come down onto your back. Feet as wide as your hips. We're moving into flowing bridges. So as you inhale, pushing down through the feet, peel the tailbone off the mat, followed by the rest of the spine. The arms go all the way behind your head. And then as you exhale, reverse this process. So each time you rise, see if you can lift the hips a little bit higher. And work with your breath. Try to move for the whole duration of both inhalation as well as the exhalation. Keeping your awareness in the heart space. So finding the expansion through the front of the body, but also synchronizing the breath with the movement. Being aware of what's happening in the rest of the body. The legs are squeezing together. So just 3 more times. Move slowly. The slower you move, the more awareness you have of the less obvious movements or engagement throughout the body. You can feel the wobbles and even the muscles activating. Because when we move fast, like through life, through yoga, then we sometimes lose exactly that, the perception of the finer details. So when you're done, keep the hips down. Feel the connection with the earth, that grounding energy, that privilege of being able just to lie down on the mat, enjoy feeling the weight of your body there, not having to do anything. Draw your knees up towards your chest, give them a nice little squeeze, and move if you feel like moving. If you want to bring the knees closer towards your chest, think what you need to do to facilitate that in your body. So perhaps if you draw the navel closer to the spine, you make a bit more space. But maybe this isn't what you need. You need to massage your lower back, just rocking from side to side, relaxing through the shoulders, breathing into your chest. With each breath, invite movement, invite spaciousness. And then release your knees and bring yourself back up into sitting with the legs in front of you. We'll come into reverse tabletop. So bring the hands behind you, fingers are pointing the same way as your toes. I like to roll my shoulders in here, but see how it feels if you push the chest up. It will be slightly different engagement. Pushing down through the feet. As you inhale, you shift the hips up. Keep pushing the hips up. If you want, you can tilt the head back. So opening through the throat, the center of communication, center that governs self-expression. Squeeze the legs together, push the hips up, all is good. You can always bring the chin up if you feel too exposed. And breathe. Welcome all the sensations. Push the hips up. You can do it, that's it. And with the next exhale, slowly bring the hips back down. You can shake the arms out, move intuitively. What does your body want you to do? We'll try again, and there are two options. You can either do it like we just did now, with the legs bent. It's more taxing on the shoulders, I find it, but the other version is harder because you need to use more core. So just see how you feel. You can always transition from here to extending the legs out, or having the legs straight, squeeze your core, engage your pelvic floor, and as you inhale, push the hips up, tilt the head back, if that's something that works for you. So come on, join me. So keep rolling the thighs in, squeezing the glutes, pushing the hips up, push down through the fingertips, all is good. Breathe into your chest, your belly is engaged. Notice what's present. Keep your eyes and your throat soft. Another 3 rounds of breath. Push the hips higher. That's it. Just a little bit more. And as you next exhale, bring yourself all the way back down. Bend your legs, hugged underneath the thighs and front, whatever you prefer. Turn yourself into a tiny ball. Breathe into the back of your heart. Allow the back to lengthen. And then roll over the shins, come into all fours, fingers spread really wide, hips over the knees, And we move into cat and cow. So as you inhale, drag your chest. And exhale around your back. Inhale to move forward. And exhale, lengthen through the back of the spine. So one more round. In. And out. Now move into any direction that you like. Just spend a few breaths connecting with your body, however you want to do it. Just so you can access some areas that you don't normally find way to, that feel tight. So any spots that feel a bit sticky, perhaps, whatever it may be, freestyle, whilst connecting to your breath. If you roll, make sure that you go the opposite way, so we're not leaving any parts unbalanced. And then come back to the center. Hips stay over the knees and walk the hands towards the short edge of your mat until you've reached your edge. Then drop the forehead down. If you feel particularly open, you can drop the chin and chest on the mat. But it's a much deeper opening that might not feel available right now. Gently firm through the core and surrender into this pose. So feel all of the emotions. So how does the pose make you feel? What's your awareness of yourself whilst you're in this shape? And bring up today's mantra. I live with an open heart. And let it sink. Let it illuminate. Breathe into the back of your heart. Find ease. And as you exhale, walk the hands in close towards your shoulders so you can push yourself back onto all fours. So now keep the engagement, especially through the base of the index finger and the thumbs. Extend through the right leg and then lift it up. So notice what's happening in the body as you do that. Like embrace any wobbles, try to bring the energy to the center of your body. And then bend your right leg, so feel the hamstrings working here. So we're not just flopping it, but it's a slow and deliberate action so you feel the engagement, the hamstrings. And then see if you can grab hold of the top of the foot with the left hand whilst keeping your balance. You can use a strap. Once you've got the foot, kick it into the hand to open through the left shoulder. Lift the inner right thigh. Squeeze your core and push the right hand into the mat. Keep breathing softly. And then gently release. Step the right foot outside of the right hand and drag your hips down for lizard. So spend a moment here, notice how it feels. You can move forwards and back, from side to side, finding some gentle movement to bring fresh energy to the hips and the pelvis. So lizard doesn't always feel great, but it's okay. We store a lot of tension in the hips. Roll the shoulders back and down, open through the chest. And maybe you want to tuck your left toes under and straighten through the left leg. Again, shift forward and back from side to side. Notice how these two variants feel. because this one, the one with the straight leg, in theory is stronger, but I find that if you keep the knee down, this is where you can really drag the hips down. So if you have the knee lifted, bring it down, and what we just did, with intention, begin to bend the left leg. Bring as close to your bum cheek as you can. And then with the right hand, grab hold of the foot. So you turn towards the right leg. Again, you can use a strap. So the more you can drop your hips down, the closer the foot will come to your bum. And it's just practice. So it takes a long time to release the tissues, to release the tension. Just keep showing up. Find your breath. And see if you can access that quiet place in your heart, in your mind, in your breath as you bring the foot closer towards your bum. So no strain, no force, just allowing the body to open when it's ready to. Then gently release the left leg, bring it back down, and step into child's pose. Knees together, arms beside you. Squeeze the knees together. Allow the head to press heavily into the mat. The shoulders are relaxed. Connect to your hips. Notice how they're feeling. So each side of your pelvic floor, your groins, your hip flexors. Now as you inhale, lift your hips up, so you're coming into kneeling. Bring the arms together and reach them all the way up. So no back bend here. Just for now, you want to lift from the hips, squeeze your core, keep reaching your arms up. Your chest is gently lifting. Just no back bend. So as though you could lift yourself off the mat. And then exhale, land your hands in all fours. Then we're extending through the left leg. Check in your hand engagement and activation. Lift the left leg. Squeeze your core. And then we're bending slowly. Left leg. And then with the right hand, check if the foot is somewhere there. So as soon as you've got it, kick the foot into the hand, squeeze your belly, and that can help you find balance. And lift the left leg a bit higher up. And breathe, feeling the engagement in the muscles in your back. Notice what's present. Check in with your shoulders. And then gently release. And step the foot outside of the left hand. Once you're there, drag your hips down. So see how much they want to open. Move and breathe. Notice any areas that feel particularly tight and send them love. It's okay. So any stress, any confrontations, all of that intensity can be stored in the hips. So sometimes when they feel particularly tight, it's just that. And then you might feel of the emotions being released. If you want to tuck your back toes and then lift the right leg. Notice how it feels. You might not feel that great on this side. And again, find some gentle movement, accessing the deeper layers and perhaps the tissues that we don't always get to play with. Feel your breath. Your core is engaged. And then bring the right knee down, foot is flat. And we bend the right leg, bringing as close to your bum as you can. And then with the left hand, see if it's somewhere there. So one side tends to feel a lot different to the other. Accept that. Honor your body's limitations. Remember that yoga begins where we are today, not where we were yesterday or where we long to be. So just breathe. So you see on this side my foot is so far away from my bum. But that's okay. It's just one of those days and you just need to let it be. Find comfort in your breath. And then gently release the right foot. Step back into child's pose. Knees together. Arms by your feet. Draw your belly in. Allow your chest to widen as you breathe. The back of your heart lifting. But also feeling that soothing effect of this pose. Feeling that psychological comfort that comes from being in this shape of an embryo. Relaxing into the mat. As you next breathe in, come up, lifting your hips up, your arms come together, find length through the front of the body, squeeze your core, lift up from the hips, reach your arms up, and breathe. So finding grounding from the hips down, and upliftment all the way to the fingertips. Look up towards your hands. And as you exhale, release. Come to tabletop, tuck your toes, and as you inhale, make your way into down dog. So pedal your feet. Move slowly with intention. And pay attention to what's happening in your body. In the hips, in the shoulders. Then settle in your dog. I'm going to stay here for 5 breaths. So check the engagement, starting from the hands. Roll the triceps in. Head is between your biceps. Then your feet. Thighs are engaged. Lift the sits bones up. And breathe, knowing all is good. And then drop your knees down, feet are flat. And as you inhale, lift up, reaching your arms overhead. As you exhale, bring the hips to your heels, lower your head as far as it wants to go, and then breathing in, you rise, opening up, Keep reaching further up. Each time you come, you can begin to bring the hands behind you. As you exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, come up. Hook the shoulder blades against the back of your ribs, lifting the sternum up towards the sky. Exhale, come down. 3 more times. Inhale to rise. And exhale, come down. So twice more in your own time. Press down through the legs. Lift up from the hips. And keep reaching the chest up. Find a gentle core engagement, keeping the integrity of the structure as you lift up. So you're not just back bending, but that you're lifting your heart up. So when you're ready, from child's pose, extend your arms and inhale, lift up to down dog. So gonna build some heat up. So draw the navel closer to the spine, press strongly through the hands, and then as you exhale, drop your knees as low as you can so they're still hovering above the mat, and then inhale, lift the hips up. So exhale, come down, and inhale, come up. Exhale down. And as you inhale, you might want to come up into 3-legged dog. So don't worry about lifting the left heel. And then you exhale, come down. And inhale, the other leg goes up. So try it 5 more times. Keeping the connection with the ground. And using the strength in the body, engaging through the pelvic floor to lift the leg up if you decide to do that, or just bringing the hips up as you return into down dog. Again, if you move slowly, you will feel more that's happening, more that's engaging. But if you feel like you don't have the energy to do that, just move faster. But just link the movement with your breath. Just one more time. And then come back into down dog. Inhale, roll over into plank, feet together, squeeze the legs, press down through the fingertips, and separate the shoulder blades. Draw your lower belly in. Squeeze the elbows together. All is good. So use your entire body to lift up, not just your shoulders. Find your ujjayi breathing if you've lost it. And as you exhale, whichever way you like, come down onto your belly. So, hands beside you. You press the back of the hands into the mat. So strongly. Feet together. And as you inhale, you lift the legs up and you can press the forehead into the mat. So using the muscles in the lower back, the quads, the hamstrings to lift the legs. Relax through the shoulders and your face. And exhale, release. Can rest one cheek down. And coming again. So adding on, so this time as you inhale, press the back of the hands into the mat, but lift your torso and your legs off the mat. So we're firing the posterior chain of the muscles for that lift. breathe. Keep it steady and calm whilst feeling the sensations, noticing the engagement, and exhale, release. Bring the other cheek down or make a pillow with your hands. So feel your heartbeat, feel the breath, perhaps your belly pressing into the mat. So you're going to come up one more time. So as you inhale, lift the legs, lift the chest off the mat. Squeeze all the muscles in the back. Keep your breath soft. So keeping the heart open is a decision, but it's also a journey of strength. So it's not just back bending, but you need to find a strength in your back to open through the chest. So just a couple more breaths, you can do it. And as you exhale, release. Rest. Now Shalabhasana, the locust pose, which I find it very challenging. Just always feel like I need to rest a lot more than after anything else that I find challenging. The next inhalation, bring the hands by your low ribs and push yourself up into Cobra. Elbows squeeze to the side of your body, drop the shoulders down. And as you exhale, push yourself back into sitting on your heels or into Virasana. So you sit between the heels, but that can be quite challenging for the knees. So find where you Can you hear me now? Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Sorry about that. So, sitting in Virasana or Vajrasana, whatever you prefer. Keeping the spine long, gentle engagement through the belly. Bring one hand to your heart and cover it with the other one. Softly close your eyelids and feel the physical sensations associated with the breath. Notice how your rib cage is expanding as you breathe in, the skin softening as you exhale, and repeat. I live with an open heart. And then open your eyes. Tuck your toes under. And settle here just for a moment. We're going to come into Camel, the Ustrasana. There are 3 different ways how you can do it. So we're going to start with feeling the engagement through the body rather than just coming into back bend, because I often find that in back bends there's a lot of flexibility, but it's not supported by strength, so that can cause injuries. So we're going to start interlace the fingers behind your head, just very gently, or keep them by your ears, whatever you prefer. And then as you inhale, you push the hips up, and you push the hips forward and up. So that should cause the chest to lift up slightly. And then as you exhale, you bring the right elbow to your left knee, squeezing your belly. Go as far as you feel comfortable. And then inhale, lift back up. Push the chest up. Hook the shoulder blades against the back of your ribs. And exhale, go the other way. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Go as low as you can. So 3 more times. Inhale up. And exhale down. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Breathe in. And out. So finding that twist also helps to build stability in the internal obliques, keeping the structure a lot more stable for when you actually come into back bend. So 1 more. And come up. Release your arms. So staying with the toes tucked. So it's like they're providing you, so you're not gonna like slip back. Bring the hands onto your hips, so the thumbs press into the back of the sacrum. So that big bony bit between your hips. Then roll the shoulders back and down. You see what happens to my chest already? So the key is to keep that engagement and then go for the feet, rather than what you can often see that people are just here, rather than lifting the chest up and then coming. So once you've got this lift through the chest, gently firm your pelvic floor and your abs and bring one hand to the heel. Keep the engagement and then the other one. So as you breathe, make sure that there's equal length in the spaces between the vertebrae. So you want to elongate the spine as much as you can if you want to tilt the head back. Just stay here and breathe. If you want to, you can always just stay with the thumbs and the sacrum. And then inhale, bring yourself up. And exhale, feet flat. And rest in Vajrasana or Virasana. So breathe, you can close your eyes. If you feel, you can come down into child's pose. Each time you rest after a back bend, it needs to be a symmetrical position so the spine can settle without being disturbed. So I like to just to sit in Virasana, just breathing slowly, mindfully, noticing the effect of the back bends. So sometimes they feel good, sometimes they are a bit intimidating. And again, it's all valid. So we're going to come up again. So I'll quickly show you the other option we're going to do. So we're going to do with the feet flat. Oh, hi, Tina. Feet flat. You want to gently roll the thighs in. That's the one cue that I never it doesn't ever feel like a lot is happening, but keeping mindful that to roll the thighs in helps to stop any compression happening in the sacrum. And similar, push the thumbs into the sacrum, firm your core, push the chest up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and breathe here for a couple of breaths, noticing how it feels. And then if you want to, you can begin to bring one hand down at a time. So you will need to lean back a little bit, but make sure that you find the engagement through the navel center and the pelvic floor. So this is a really deep back bend, and I remember that I couldn't do it for a long time, without feeling pinching in the lower back. So if that's what you're experiencing, stay here and focus on lifting the chest up. It doesn't matter how high you go, how deep in this context, but your awareness of the pose and the breath. Another inhale to rise up, and exhale, sit down. Close your eyes for a moment, release your hands. And then spin so you can bring the legs in front of you. After back bend, you stay in a neutral position so the spine can settle, and then to neutralize it, to reset it, you should do a twist. So nothing too big, so you can just bring the right foot by the inner thigh, or if you want to, you can cross it over the left leg, or if you want to, you can tuck your left toe under your right bum cheek. So, you choose how prettily you want to be. If you're in this position, you want to make sure that your both hips are down. I'm actually going to stay here today because I can feel my knee. So then hug the right thigh, gently squeeze your belly in. Right hand goes behind you, keeping the spine long. Begin to twist and squeeze through the center line, so the front of the body into the thigh. Look over the right shoulder if that feels good. Find any gentle movement that feels appropriate. Then inhale back to the center and gently 30% twist the other way. So there's no prescription here, we just want to twist the other way. And back to the center, coming to the other side. So either just the left foot in, and we're going to squeeze, cross it over the leg, or if you want to, right foot underneath. So make sure that you push down through the left hip here. And then hug the left thigh. Lifting through the chest. Relax through the shoulders and breathe. Inhale to the center and exhale, twist the other way very gently. Bring yourself all the way back down. Knees towards your chest. Maybe happy baby. Any last pose that you feel drawn to right now before the final Shavasana. Just a couple of breaths wherever you want to be. And when you're ready, extend your legs out. Bring the hands to your chest, the one chest on your heart, the other one on your belly. And one last time, remind yourself of today's mantra. I live with an open heart. And dropping your awareness to your heart space. Can relax the arms wherever it feels good. Giving yourself permission to simply be. Simply feel and breathe. Feel Notice in your body, throughout your mind or your heart space, if anything has changed or shifted from the beginning of the practice. Start breathing in more consciously. Move gently. And when you're ready, roll over onto one side. Spend a moment there, simply reacquainting with your physical body. Bring yourself back into a comfortable seat. And if you would like to be heard, I've unmuted you, Nelly. Got you, Sandra. So back into the comfortable seat, bringing your hands at your heart. Close your eyes. And gently bow your head. Congratulate yourself for your efforts. Thank your body for all the wonderful things it has done. And thank yourself for finding the strength and the courage to open your heart. I hope that you keep your heart and your mind open wherever you go, and you carry today's mantra, I live with an open heart, closely with you wherever you go. Now let's close this practice with one round of Om. Deep, long breath in. Softly open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste. How are you feeling?
Very good.
Good. So I'll send you the recording if you would like to carry on working on back bends. So next week there'll be a new theme. What could it be? So I hope that you're looking forward to the new theme, because I feel like we've done a lot of back bends. Hi Tina, you're so cute. Oh hey. Oh, she's a cutie, isn't she? Sandra, where's your dog?
Well, he went for a walk.
Ah, okay. So that's why he wasn't bothering you during your practice.
No, he's okay. Sometimes he comes.
Yeah.
I think back, so he's gone for a walk.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. So I hope... Yeah?
Next Thursday, you said?
Yeah, I've got a work thing. I've got a meeting because it's people from America, so that's why we need to have it like late, so I can't do this. But if you're happy, I'll can do an hour recording. So Nelly, if you wanted to join, there's no class because of the work thing. But again, if you want it, I would send out an hour video with the practice. And then, yeah, just going forward, everything goes back to normal. So just let me know.
Yes, thank you very much, Max.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all.
I'm trying to practice on my Cambridge days, but if I'm not on a class and I'm doing it on my own, I really don't do such a good job.
No, it's okay. I think that everyone does that to an extent. It takes, even if you're dedicated to like to home practice, it's hard to push yourself to a limit that a teacher would encourage you to. So even though now I have worked hard to deepen my practice, and I can like feel my body every day basically, it's still not the same as going to and being told by someone what to do. So don't worry about it too much, and maybe try to include like one element that you find challenging into otherwise a get that
sun salutations.
yeah, exactly. So on top of the sun salutation, hold the plank for 2 minutes, that kind of thing.
Quad sweat stretch today really killed me.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it, not even with a strap.
Yeah. It's fine. Well, especially you've been driving lots as well, so there's be surprised how quickly the body tenses up. So
I needed that today, thank you.
Good. I'm glad.
Do you have a mirror, Chanel or Nelly? What do I call you? Nelly or Chanel?
Nelly's fine, because Max calls me Nelly, so it'll be easier.
Yeah, I wanted to message you.
Do you have a mirror? Because I have a mirror, and when Max says lift your leg up, I look to see whether my thigh is going up.
Good.
Yeah, my mirror is directly behind the laptop, so I can myself and Mags at the same time.
Good.
Yeah.
It's handy to see the shape you're in, because you might think that you're there or you're not there, but actually when you see it, then you're able to adjust, because like proprioception can be a bit tricky. So yeah, if you have a mirror, then definitely use it.
Yes. Anyway.
Okay. So I hope you have a lovely evening, ladies.
Yeah.
And I'll see you again soon, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, much love, and I'll send you the recording as soon as I can.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care. Bye.